Hello drummers, Tim Connolly, professional drummer, drum teacher, coming at you again today with a fun video. I got 5 tips for rock drummers, okay? So number 1 tip is going to be learn good technique. Learn the molar technique, learn the free stroke, learn the Buddy Rich push-pull, learn the Billy Gladstone finger technique, learn all these wonderful techniques that are going to make you a better drummer. It's really important to have good technique to be able to move around the drum kit, to be able to play things that maybe are a little bit more difficult than what you think, but with good technique you can execute them. So good technique for me is number 1, top priority. Number 2 is learn multiple styles. If you're a rock drummer, and this is geared towards rock drummers, learn some jazz, learn some Latin, learn some progressive metal, learn some Afro-Cuban, learn some Brazilian, learn styles outside of your comfort zone and outside of your playing box. So it's not always just going to be the same old, same old. A lot of guys complain, oh, I'm just playing the same thing all the time, same grooves, same fills. So if you can incorporate a jazz fill into a rock tune, it works. It happens all the time that these genres cross paths. You know, in jazz you can play a rock fill, and in rock you can play a jazz fill. I mean, it's not uncommon. It does happen, okay? So learn multiple styles. Very, very important. Number 3 is to learn about what your mix is. So that means that understanding your mix, learning that the bass drum can be soft, it can be medium, it can be loud. The snare drum can be exactly the same, soft, medium, loud. Hi-hat, soft, medium, loud. It's not just one goot, gat, goot, gat, goot, gat. One mix. It can be the bass drum quieter in the mix, the hi-hat louder, the snare drum in the middle of the mix, you know? Like John Robertson, the famous studio drummer, talks a lot about this, about how you mix yourself before you actually get somebody else to mix it using microphones or using Pro Tools or whatever. Get your own mix together, okay? So that is tip 3. Get your own mix together and make it your sound, okay? All right, tip number 4 is practicing. Practice often and practice smart. When you're practicing, don't waste time by playing everything you already know how to play. Practice means you're learning something new. Go outside of your box, learn how to do something new. So again, it goes back to like learning a new style, for example. So if you don't know how to play Afro-Cuban, then practice an Afro-Cuban groove. Learn how to play a mambo. That's completely out of your box if you're a rock drummer and you know nothing about Latin grooves. But listen to John Bonham. John Bonham would take Latin grooves and incorporate them into what he was playing. Perfect example is Fool in the Rain. That part where it breaks down, I think it's a Mozambique that he plays, I'm not 100% sure, but he plays an African rhythm there, and you know, it's not just a rock groove that he's playing, it's a Latin pattern in there as well. So being able to incorporate other styles into your rock playing style is a very, very important thing, and it's going to make you a better, more well-rounded player, okay? Now number 5 is a playing thing, and what number 5 is basically learning how to play the hi-hat rather than playing on the edge like this and having a harsh sound all the time. Learn how to change up what you do in the hi-hat. So for example, you're playing on top with the tip, or you're playing a downbeat, upbeat pulse feel. And then the reverse of that, which is like a funkier feel, where you're doing downbeat, upbeat. Okay, I'll show you an example of all 3 of them. So that's constant on the top with the tip. Now here's a more rock-oriented groove. So I'm doing downbeat to upbeat. Now a funk beat with upbeat to downbeat. So you can take that funk beat and easily use it in a rock setting. So those are my 5 tips. Okay, so thank you very much, and we'll talk to you again soon. See ya.